Last week, we had a fresh mental perspective to the pandemic as our guest educated us on how to manage the fears and the psychological challenges surrounding this period. Anyways, if you're just tuning in for the first time, welcome, and please catch up by following us on our Instagram page, Real Talk with Kike, and subscribe to our YouTube page, Real Talk with Kike. For our Omoluabi session, our Goldberg opening message for the show today is Akiyesi, which means vigilance. Akiyesi is a typical feature of Omoluabi by which he becomes observant and security conscious of his environment, especially during this time. First off, we will be taking this time out to give kudos to the public health workers, especially those who are risking their lives at the forefront of the COVID-19 fight. On the show today, we would be having the Commissioner of Police in our midst, but first I need to mention that federal government has enforced 14-day extension of the lockdown. We shall be spotlighting another matter of urgency, which is the security affairs of the nation at the extended lockdown period. The detention of Nigerians have been spiked in recent days with the uprising in armed robbery and the insecurity alarms. Some say the recent development has been attributed to the confronting pressure of the lockdown, where people have been severed from their usual business and survival activities. I cannot blame a lot of people during this time. In the wake of this crisis, Nigerians have been asking all sorts of questions. Should this be happening to us now? Are we safe amidst this lockdown? What is the government doing? And what action and measures are taken by the Nigerian police to arrest the situation? It's why we're trying to connect to the Commissioner of Police for Lagos State. I understand is with the Excellency Lagos State Governor at the moment, while they are strategizing against what is happening at the moment regarding our security and our welfare. I would say that this will be a time for us to have an open mic and let people call in and share their security challenges in their environment. Let us know what are the challenges you've been facing. So certainly during this period of we've been seeing all sorts of stuff on social handles, how everybody let me say hungry. Well, it's not enough reason for people to go out there and start robbing their neighbors.
Well, some people say, well, there's no way you can take away what people are going through right now. Talking about hunger, people are hungry, obviously, because of the daily. Some people go about their business on the daily, and they try to make ends meet. Like the bus drivers, the conductors, they must make ends meet every day. Maybe they might go home with 5,000 naira or 3,000 naira, but right now it's not the case because of the lockdown. But personally, I think it's not an excuse to go rob other people off their hard-earned money, properties and all of that, vandalize shops and loot the shops and everything. It is not even the right time to do it, because we're supposed to put hands together and try to make this work in the first place.
I've seen a lot of messages on social handle how some people are kind of, trying to put a stamp on it, and I'm saying that is dead on arrival when you guys are robbing your neighbors all in the name of lockdown. Yes, while I sympathize with the public, the general public on this, especially those who their daily income is based on their activities. Yeah. We have a caller on the line. Hello. Yeah, good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from, please? What's your contribution today?
I'm calling from Chidole, Lagos. My intention to call right now is because of what is at hand. Our government is supposed to do something, because what I'm seeing right now is very, very obvious that if you extend like this, people will be, running on the street. There is a number one. There's no security. Two, there's no even help government is giving the citizen. I think also both sides. There's no anything government shows that you want to give. You like me now. I don't say that I have a right as a citizen in this country. It's very, very bad. They make provisions for all their citizens. But here in Nigeria, shame for say Nigeria is a big country. What makes us a giant of Africa? I don't have the reason. We just say it just for mouth. our government, state government, federal government, they are not even stepping to make any good provision for their citizens, which is very, very bad. Okay, someone like me now, maybe I'm walking on the street to get something to eat. So somebody will now touching me and taking all whatever I have. There's no security for the citizens.
All right, thank you for your contribution. While I understand that, but the question is, I sympathize with the public, as I said earlier, but I know that news reaching us since yesterday stipulates that Governor Jide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State affirms that the bumper package of feeding the vulnerable has become robust. They take out, I think they've taken out about 10,000 youths to be fed daily, and also 250,000 cash transfer will be made to vulnerable segment of the society. How they do all this transfer, I don't know. I think I have some names that I might want to give out to them that they can help. But at least palliative effect will have taken place since yesterday, and I'm very sure that Governor Sanwo-Olu is capable, because he has been hands-on since the kickoff of this COVID-19. So the Commissioner of Police for Lagos State is presently with our Governor Sanwo-Olu at the moment, where they're strategizing with other police force, the DIG and the likes, and other stakeholders, regarding the state of our nation. Again, we have another caller on the line. What's your name and where are you calling from, please?
Yeah, good evening, Kike. It's nice to tune into your program my very first time.
Oh, thank you.
My name is and I love your first salvo. It's just quite very good. I hope you keep this standard up. And
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm really impressed.
Thank you so much.
My name is Adeyemi, and I'm calling from Okota.
Okay.
And I just want to use this medium to appreciate the Lagos State government, especially the governor, for his proactive, actions and response to development in our society here.
Yeah.
I wish that most of the governors across our country can be reacting and working as dedicated as with such dedication as he has done.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. When you talked about palliatives and the rest of it, most people may not understand the fact that it will not reach everyone at the same time. And a lot of people in Lagos want to live in the shadows anyway. I had been chairman and secretary for 16 years of our neighborhood association, and I know how difficult it has been for us to even get people to register on our list, to let us know who the residents are, who are the people living in the neighborhood. Nobody wants to show, because they're trying to hide themselves so that they don't pay for a security levy and all the other levies around the place. And so now you can see the result of it is the fact that now that we need it to be able to assist people, we don't even know who they are anymore.
You're right.
So I think that the governor should put his shoulder, continue to put his shoulder to the wheel, and in conjunction with the security officers, the police and neighborhood guards and whatever, so that our society can be more secured. It is natural that when people are denied of certain rights, especially when they don't have food, they have the tendency to misbehave.
True.
It's not justified, but that is a tendency that is human, and we must stop it by meeting them at the point of their needs, which is what the governor has done. May God continue to help our country.
Amen. Big amen to that. Thank you so much for your contribution. And I think that we will go on a quick break and return and see if we will be able to connect to our Honorable Commissioner of Police of Lagos State. So we've been able to get a message from our commissioner saying that he will join us soon before we end the show. But again, I would say that the affairs of our nation, of our states right now is very paramount, and the reason why they are in this close meetings strategizing on how they can help the security affairs of our society. But I want to look at it from another angle, and again, thank you all for tuning in and for calling in earlier, for sharing your contribution. Please, the phone lines are still open. You can call in and share your own contribution, or let's feel your pulse regarding what is going on at the moment. I'm sorry to say this, but I wish that we are able to connect to the commissioner of police before we end the show today, because I feel that, in fact, all this robbery, vandalizing of shops going on, I'm sorry to say this, but is there no way that the police force, or will I say the government now at the moment, dialogue with the heads of all this will I say agbero? Will I say all sort of, which word will I use now? I know that they all have heads of all of this in all these places. You understand?
Yeah.
So the question is, why can't we dialogue with these people? What is stopping the police force or the Lagos State government? I don't know whose department this job description falls on, in a way that you will know whether it is feeding the people maybe twice or three times or once a week that might help the situation, and what are the measures they are taking in terms of all this food relief support that they are giving out, palliatives and all of that. Are we sure that it's even getting to the right people at the moment? Because it seems as if, I'm sorry to say this, is that everybody is just dropping crumbs on the table and just doing it for social media. A whole lot of us that are sitting there today, one way or the other, have helped our neighbors, but we don't have to bring it to social media. Yes, I know some people want to, I don't know, we're in the world of technology. Yes, I'm beginning to embrace it right now.
It's called show.
And my staff will say that I'm actually doing a good job. I'm better at it and I'm enjoying it. But still, hey.
Yeah, the thing about this whole scenario right now, what we're going through is, number one, you're worried about the virus.
Yeah.
That's number one. You're worried about hunger.
Yes.
Now, we don't need any other thing to worry about. But now, this is what we're facing presently. Talking about the security situation right now, we're facing in Lagos State, precisely.
Yes.
Now, the thing is, even if you start feeding these people every day, it might not take away what we're presently experiencing, because some people will also use this as one advantage, or should I say, they will use this as a way of enriching themselves somehow. Even if you have people you feeding that are generally hungry, there are some other ones that just want to do this stuff because they can do it right now, because they feel that we are vulnerable right now. Yes. Everybody's attention is surviving.
Yes.
Surviving this. Yes, just surviving this period.
Yeah, so, and I agree with you. To add to what you've just said, I'm sorry to say this again, prior to the lockdown, considering the number of people that have lost their jobs during the Okada or tricycle ban, so to speak, in Lagos State, I don't think this should be new to us, because the increase in unemployment, so to speak, and the reason for robbery in case, I believe that we knew all of this was going to happen.
Yeah, we knew, but the thing is, what can we do as just citizens? What can we do?
All right, we have a caller on the right now. Hello, what's your name and where are you calling from, please?
My name is Abaje Paul Chupuneke, calling from Sulele. I have a few people are discussing right now. See, let us tell ourselves the truth.
Yes, tell us the truth.
The government. So if the government want to help the citizens, they have to share this thing accurately. Let the food reach the actual people that are supposed to reach hand. Like me now, I never see anybody I never even hear that they are sharing something at all. But what we hear, and they will give it to somebody, and somebody will eat the something. Okay, they are criminals. If you judge it with all those ones that are breaking shops.
Chukwemeka, where do you reside at the moment?
No, I'm coming.
Okay.
What I have at the moment is this. Let's call a spade a spade. Let government, if the government want to stop, let them feed the people, the poor people, and okay, they will see, if they will see vandalize the shops now, they will feel the right to say, okay, these people will feed them, but they are still doing, all those people are doing this, that criminal. They will punish them. Or I think also, but now if you hold them now, they will say they are hungry. You don't see which is that have no reason to hold them.
All right. Thank you so much for your contribution.
But the thing is, you say you have every reason. If you break the law, you face
the law.
You face the law. So you see, this is not an excuse to go stealing, robbing people. It's not an excuse.
Exactly.
Whether there's COVID-19 or not, it's not an excuse to go out there and rob people. It's against the law. So if they catch you, definitely you face the law.
Yeah, and I agree. Hello, we have another caller on the line. Hello, what's your name and where are you calling from, please?
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. What's your name, please?
Okay, my name is Joseph from Ajawa Estate.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, concerning the palliatives discussed about, in my area, 1 carton of Indomie was given to 3 streets to share amongst people.
Please, seriously, where do you live? Which area do you live?
Ajawa Estate by Airport Road.
Oh, wow.
In fact, they're just sharing that stuff now. When I was angry, I said they should go and give it to whoever they want to give it to. 1 pack of Indomie mixed with macaroni and some few, what's it called, thermovita and some few, this thing, just pack, for 3 streets in Ajawa Estate. And that's how they share it, different, they sectionize it to 3 different zones. It's not the people cannot be okay with that.
Okay, all right. I understand what you're saying, and I think that even though I've seen a lot of people come on social media as well and crucify the people who are sharing things, but I want us to be sensitive to this, that at least they took the effort to say they need to share something. Yes, it might not be enough, but the fact that they wanted to just put a smile on somebody's face one way or the other is enough for us to say thank you.
True. The thing is, you don't expect to reach everyone.
Exactly.
It's normal. That's how it is. In France, what are you working with? What data are you working with in the first place? That's the painful
all right,
truth.
we have another caller on the line.
My name is Adele. I'm calling from Aja.
Okay, what's your contribution today? Let's feel your pulse. What's happening around Aja?
I just want to say, what the government they are doing, they are not providing security for us at night, because every night you hear gunshots and you be scared in your own house. You don't know what to do. You don't know when it's going to be your turn. And there are reports from other locations too, other places in Lagos, where they just come to your house direct, and the price is just too much for us over here. I don't know. We don't receive any security presence at all. Even when we make the calls, they don't come around.
All right, thank you so much for sharing your contribution. And again, it might before we go on a quick break and listen to our headline news, I think I need to put this out there, because I know that before now we've had the motion of Amotekun coming into play. Do you understand? And we've seen all this idea of vigilante groups and the likes, and so many residents in some areas have taken to streets forming this vigilante group. Is this not the essence of the motive and the idea of Amotekun, the Amotekun motion? Don't you think that at this period where they are saying that armed robbery, people are vandalizing shops and the likes and all of that, that is the period that we would have seen the likes of Amotekun and the people that they are to come into action, and such people shouldn't even have the power to do that at the moment. What's your take on this?
Well, I believe so. If we had these people, definitely this will help reduce the crime rate. But right now, we don't. Let me put it that way. We don't. Officially, we don't.
There's a fan of mine, Ayobami, that I've not been receiving his messages for a while. I think that we should try and dig it out. I hope he's fine. Yes. So, okay, good, because I know I've not heard from him in a while. So it said, good evening, Real Talk with Kike. Happy Easter celebration, and kudos for extending the program to 45 minutes. The security situation at the moment is unfortunate, and the police and other security outfits should please double their efforts. Let's continue to stay safe. Please, Ayobami Okonlawo, because I knew that doesn't seem right for a while now that I've not read his messages. So I guess it's Stanley that is not used to that at the moment. Thank you, Ayobami, for being faithful at listening to us every Wednesday. We appreciate you. We do not take you for granted. So again, we have another message from Bolaji. He said, hello, Kike. This is Bolaji from Ogudu. Good evening, Commissioner. Well, he's not on set at the moment. Is actually with the captain, the number one captain in Lagos State, that is Governor Sanwo-Olu. He said, well done on security job you're doing. We Nigerians need to be considerate and conserve the effort of the government. I have heard a number of people above the average line complaining they have not received palliatives. If you're rich enough to subscribe data, you shouldn't come online to complain. You should be helping and feeding a poor neighbor in your locality. I agree with you. Again, we have another caller on the line at the moment. Hello? Hello? Oh, we lost that. All right. So thank you so much, Bolaji, for sharing your thoughts with us. We have another caller at the moment. Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. This Mrs. Goose.
Okay.
Please. Okay. Good evening.
Good evening.
I just want to call your attention, please. So what is happening now in my area?
Okay.
In my area, we can't sleep. We be thinking about the virus missing outside now in the whole world.
Okay.
Praying for our children.
So where's your own area?
We are at College Road.
Okay.
Ogba.
Okay.
The robbery is so serious that we don't used to sleep in the night.
Okay.
Please enlighten us on what to do, please.
All right. Thank you so much. That voice actually sounds familiar. But hello. Hello? We have another caller on the line. Yeah. Good evening. Can you kindly speak up a little bit?
My name is Amike.
Okay. I can hardly hear you.
My name is Amike. I'm calling from Ikeja GRA.
Okay. What's your contribution today?
I really appreciate the Lagos State government. They are really trying.
Yeah. Thank you.
Because they are really trying. But based on security issues, they need to set up their goals. You know, if security issues is really affecting the people living around that JJ and Akpaja side. Because I could remember on Sunday and on Monday, people couldn't sleep. And it's really bad. They should do something about it. But concerning the issue at hand is that our president is not doing anything that he's supposed to do. Because when he was addressing the citizens on Monday, he was comparing Nigeria to other developed countries, forgetting that Nigeria is not as capable to handle some issues like this, like other countries. He was saying that some countries are on lockdown too, and they are not panicking like Nigeria. We can't be comparing Nigeria as with other countries because we are not capable to do what other countries are doing.
All right. Thank you so much for your contribution. And I agree with him to some extent because I know that even when it comes to sharing of all these food reliefs that we've been seeing on our streets, it seems as if we are adopting the method of the foreign country. We need to understand that our country is peculiar. We have our own culture. We have our own issues, and we must use that to actually address the issue that we have. At least I want to say that PHCN, they have a method at which they go to door to give the NEPA bill, as well as the government and other people who are sharing all of this palliative should have a strategy in dropping all of this meal to the people's door to door. What's your contribution to that?
I think we're not ready. We didn't know it was going to be this huge. We didn't know we were going to face something as big as this. We're not ready. Yes, no. See, let's be truthful. We're not ready for this. Even as we speak presently, we are still not ready. The other day, the doctors, resident doctors, were saying, well, the figures we even have right now is not what it is. It's even more because we're not even tested enough. But what I'm saying is that, look, like you said, we're a unique country. But I like to put it this way. I don't know if we are a bit stubborn in Nigeria. Even the first day of the lockdown, that was the first day last week, when they said stay home, it was just for 2 days people actually stayed home. But afterwards, what happened? They were all out there playing football. Would you tell me that someone playing football is hungry? So, see, let's help ourselves first of all.
So I know that some of the challenges we have in our country is orderliness. I know that some of the challenges we have over here is that we do not want to actually pay attention to things that are actually affecting other people. We're always thinking about ourselves, and that selfish interest actually affect even our day-to-day activities, even to our workplace. So I really don't fault you for the people that are calling and say, just like you earlier said, that there are some people who are playing football on the road and all of that. Whether we like it or not, us, there might be other mechanism for people to actually come on board to embrace this lockdown. Yes, once people are more than 15 or 10 people, I have an issue with it, because even the WHO have said that we must not be more than 20 people, and I know that a lot of people are still struggling with that, because there are even some homes that they are even, I'm sorry to say, more than 20 people. How do they actually cope with situation like that? Do you understand? And reports that have been sent to us by Lagos State have proven that the COVID-19 patients are actually more on the mainland, and those are the crowded areas. Yeah. So how do we even manage all of this situation? Whether we like it or not, we have to embrace that orderliness in ourselves, so that we can be a better person before we actually start holding the government accountable for what they're doing. We have another caller on the line. What's your name? Oh, we lost that. I'm so sorry that I have to keep you on hold.
The thing is, if we can just obey first of all, then let's see how we can actually manage the situation.
Oh, we lost that. All right. So as we're saying earlier, and I think that the media, they are doing their jobs. IFM, I can actually stand for IFM and know that this organization, this media house, we are very conscious about the kind of content we put out there. We are also sensitive to the kind of news we want to put out there. We are actually trying to help manage people's expectation and manage the fears that is ongoing. I know that even my own daughter or my son, ordinary sneezing or coughing, my daughter will ask me, "Mommy, do I have COVID?" I said, that is not our portion in this house. So that's part of the fear that is ongoing at the moment, and it's everyone. It's affecting us psychologically, whether we like it or not. All right, so it's 5:43 at the moment. I'm sorry, I might not be able to pick any call again, but thank you so much for all those who have called in to contribute. And again, just having a feel of your pulse and sharing all your thoughts at the moment. I want to say that I understand what you're going through. We are all in it together, even apart, regardless of whatever situation we are in at the moment. And again, the Commissioner of Police have sent a message. He apologized and he said he will definitely join us on Real Talk with Kike next week, even though we have a guest already that we'll be bringing next week. But we'll see how we go about it. That's what women do. We multitask. Our closing remarks, courtesy Omoloabi personality from Goldberg, is Ifura Logun Agba. Consciousness and vigilance is the protective power of elders. Thank you so much for joining me today, and thank you, Chioma. Thank you, Stanley. Thank you, Daniel, Zaina, Eva. Thank you, everyone. He is my number one. Even if I don't mention his name, he knows. Thank you so much, and I will be back same time next week, my dear. I choose to be going on and on. Thank you. We'll be back. This is Real Talk with Kike. Bye now.